Hi, and welcome to Schein Chats. My name is Corey Cooper, and I'm the Senior Manager for the Special Markets Division of Henry Schein Orthodontics. Today I'm excited to be joined by a close friend of mine, Rene Sauerteig, who is the Vice President of Orthodontics for Benevis, and also leads the management for the Kool Smiles Orthodontic Program. We are here in Las Vegas at the Henry Schein DSO Education Forum at the Jewel Nightclub at the beautiful Aria Hotel. Today we're going to talk about a hot topic, which is how to scale a successful orthodontic program within a dental group. Rene, thank you for joining us and welcome.
Thank you, Corey. Excited to be here.
So let's start a little bit from the beginning. You and I have been working together for 5+ years, and we've created an awesome partnership between Henry Schein Orthodontics and Benevis. One of the main reasons that I wanted you a part of this discussion is, for me, in my opinion, and I've been doing this for over a decade in DSO Ortho, you guys have done a phenomenal job of
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Of not just starting ortho within an existing dental group, but scaling it successfully to become one of the top DSO ortho programs in the country. So take us back to the beginning of the why and when.
Sure.
Like, why and when did you guys decide to add ortho into Kool Smiles?
Definitely, and thank you so much for having us here. So, Kool Smiles traditionally has been a general dentistry practice focused on kids. And we found about 7-8 years ago that every time we were going and referring one of our pediatric patients out to an outside specialist, they were much less likely to go and come back to us for their follow-on care. We also realized that there was a lot of opportunity to go and capture that care in-house, so we started up a specialty services program in roughly 2011, 2012, focused on oral surgery, endodontics, anesthesia services, and ortho. And we quickly found that ortho was a tremendous fit within our practice. It was actually the type of dentistry that the patients want to go and have performed. They were going and kind of pulling their parents in, saying, hey, I'm ready for braces, I'm ready to go and start this. So we started this on a small pilot basis, and in 2013, made the decision to go and really try to ramp this up. The end of 2013, we had 4 orthodontists in place. We now have 53 orthodontists in place and expect to be up to about 70 in the next couple of years. We are offering orthodontic services in somewhere between 90 and 100 locations. In some cases, we have orthodontists working 4 days a week full-time in one location. In other cases, they go and travel around between different offices and different practices. It's truly been a big success story for us. We're excited to go and see all the smiling faces. We enjoy partnering with our orthodontists and our orthodontic teams to go and drive a lot of this growth.
Yeah, so the numbers, and I always find them so impressive because the numbers of starting from literally 0 and now almost in 100 locations doing ortho, and the amount of starts that you guys are doing, it's impressive. But I know you didn't do this alone. I know you have a team behind you. I think you always have told me that hiring is a very important part of your decision process, and I know you hit the home run on your first hire with the hiring of Becky Evans, now Becky Page, as your orthodontic director. Talk to me about, because you and Becky have built something with even your regional management team, your doctors, and your staff, but you're very strategic on your hiring process, and I know it's a very important process for you. The one question I get a lot from DSOs is not just about getting the right people on the bus, but what seats to fill. And so with your experience, what are some of the critical positions that you need to kind of look at and fill if you're a DSO wanting to scale an ortho program?
Definitely, and Becky is as instrumental as anyone else for the growth and success which we've had so far, and she's been a tremendous driver for that. Some of the key positions which I go and see was, starting initially, a realization on our part that ortho is just a different business. It's different process flows, it's a different level of expertise. So it wasn't just a matter of bringing someone that was very good at hygiene or very good at restorative dentistry and have them take over an orthodontic program. Instead, we definitely went out, tried to find folks in the marketplace, in the industry, with a strong background in ortho that we could bring in. Becky serves as our kind of operations director, if you will, for ortho, and we have a team of mid-level managers under her and additional folks under that. We've tried to go and hire almost exclusively for folks with outside ortho experience that understand how the process flows should work, what right looks like, and then providing them with the tools, the systems, the metrics, the scorecards to go and empower that. I think overall, though, it's one part finding the right people with the right background skill set. It's another part just setting the right culture and
sure.
the right mindset. And for us, we're very focused on providing our orthodontist with the support that they need so that they feel empowered, that they feel clinical autonomy to go and treat the patients how they see is most appropriate, and they feel supported, that they're not being micromanaged, but also that they're not left out there hanging alone without any support or questions or a resource to go and get their questions answered. Likewise, on the support staff, it was a big realization for us that with ortho, it's almost as important having a trained and capable and fully staffed support team in place to go and support the orthodontist. So making sure that we have the right people in the right roles and that they have the training and support that they need to go and support our doctors, support our patients. The culture is key. The people with that orthodontic background is key, and for us, having a separate operations team focused on orthodontics has really helped us go and accelerate that growth. Having dedicated people focused on the ortho practice only has been a key to our success there.
Sure, and absolutely, and I think that is something that I see is really different for you guys, is that you have a dedicated team to it, and everyone is marching the same direction. You mentioned metrics, and I know you're a financial analytics guy. That's you love this stuff. So when we talk about how and how to measure this, how do you know if you're on the right track and if you're tracking positive? What are, in your mind, maybe your top 3 metrics or processes that you and Becky have put in place that you find are critical to really measuring the success of your ortho program?
Yep. So if I had to go and pick one metric and one metric only, especially as we're starting, it's new starts. So a lot of our teams are ramping or at different stages of that ramping process. We go and take a look at new starts. If we break it down a little bit more, the top 3 metrics that we go and look at are one, consults, and so how many kind of folks are there in the top of the funnel there. The second is conversion rate, and how are we converting those consults, and what teams might need some additional training to improve that conversion rate, or financing options to go and make it more attractive for the patient, et cetera. And the last is collections. So kind of are we actually collecting on the amount which we're trying to go and partner with our patients on. One of the interesting aspects for us, though, was the less we focused on metrics and the more we focused on supporting our doctors and supporting our teams, the better our metrics actually became. If we only focused on one or only focused on the other, we wouldn't achieve the growth and success which we have so far. But by focusing a bit less on the metrics and by focusing on supporting our doctors, supporting our teams, make sure that they had the tools and training in place that they need, the metrics almost took care of themselves along the way.
Great. And I know sometimes we talk about having your team all under you, but you're very transparent with your team and everyone knows what the metrics are and you measure to those metrics and your team is all marching to that. So I think that's another thing that I see with you that is really critical, and that your team, all of you guys are on the same page. It's not that you're trying to manage and hide stuff from them. You're very transparent with the goals, the metrics, what is success, what does failure look like, and making sure your team is doing that.
I think we also try and be careful as to what level in the organization sees which metrics. For our teams, we try and keep it very simple. For our above office leaders, they've got a higher capacity to go and take a look at more and different metrics. So we share more with them, and we're very consistent regardless of the team, regardless of the office or part of country. We go and take a look at the same things and constantly look or talk that same language along the way.
Okay, so building a program from nothing to what it is today, obviously it's not all roses. You've hit some roadblocks along the way. You've had some big challenges. And I know the viewers would love to hear just, maybe early on what were some of the challenges, and maybe even today what you see are some of the challenges, and any suggestions on solutions.
So early on, some of the challenges was really trying to go and create a brand name out there in the industry for us, primarily on the recruiting side, both for doctor recruiting and also support staff recruiting. We were not a known entity. So trying to go and kind of get our name out there was definitely a challenge. And that's actually where our partnership with Henry Schein Orthodontics was truly invaluable. You guys were truly able to help us figure out the right mechanisms, the right avenues to go and recruit orthodontists, recruit doctors, get our name out there, and really go and gain some positive momentum there. There's clinical training and clinical protocols, which we've been able to go and partner with Henry Schein, which has really benefited us, and really just a lot of the support and partnership. Obviously, there's the day-to-day supplies ordering, which has been truly seamless with Henry Schein, and that's something that we don't have to worry about, so we can worry about everything else along the way. As far as challenges now, it's very different to go and manage and support 4 doctors, 4 teams, 4 offices. There might be 53, soon to be 60, soon to be 70. So the challenge for myself and Becky and our team is really to go and make sure that even if we're not able to go and be there in person and support them and have those personal relationships, that we build a set of leaders under us that share the same mission, the same culture, the same objectives, and are able to go and act on our behalf, and then figure out what are the right mechanisms for us to interact with our doctors and teams along the way.
Right, yeah, some great advice, and I know there's a lot of groups that are timid about adding orthodontic specialty, not sure how to do it, but it's one of those things that's been such a great model for you guys to add in. You definitely have to scale it the right way, but I think this meeting helps highlight, getting people together and sharing best practices, learning from others, the mistakes that others have made and things to do and not to do, is so critical, and something that we value at Schein to try to bring together with our customers. So one last topic here, which is looking ahead now. So our industry, the orthodontic industry, is going through some rapid changes right now. There's a lot of external pressures that are coming in from really non-traditional models, but a rising number of them, whether it's direct to consumer, whether it's mobile clinics, whether it is partnerships with retail like with Walgreens or CVS. I hear about different things every other week. A lot of it is playing on a consumer message of convenience, affordability, aesthetics with clear aligners, and shorter treatment times. So I've talked to you about this, and I've talked with a lot of the clients, but just from your perspective, I know you guys are doing some exciting things with some rebranding. You're looking to scale up your aligner strategy. You're investing in some technology. What are your thoughts on just how to navigate some of this market change, but to capitalize on it?
No, great question. So for us, we're definitely seeing a lot more consumer awareness about different options. Our patient demographic might be a little different than some of the other practices out there. We still see a home for the core brackets, braces, population, and business within our orthodontics program. We do view clear aligners as a very real growth opportunity, more for incremental starts as opposed to trying to avoid losing starts otherwise. But we view kind of the parents of our teenage patients as huge opportunities for clear aligners. Clear aligners is definitely one of the big changes that we see on our end. Patient financing is one as well. Kind of patients are getting more and more educated in terms of pricing out there, in terms of payment plans, and trying to make sure that we're competitive and flexible and have something that works well for them and works well for us. And really along the way, just removing obstacles and barriers.
Absolutely.
Whatever you can go and do to make it easier for the patient to start is going to benefit the practice and benefit the patient.
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously our partnership is continuing to grow, and we're excited to partner with you on the future and what that looks like. And so one last thought, just one last comment. You attended this education forum last year. This is your second year. For any of the viewers that maybe haven't attended but are thinking about it, just your overall thoughts from your side, from a management side of things, what this meeting is like. Yeah,
no, definitely. It's a great meeting. There's definitely a lot of great industry thought leaders here. The meeting is a great size as well. It's definitely large enough that we find that we have a lot of our key vendors and key partners here in attendance. It's a great way to go and learn from them, partner with them, have conversations, learn from some of the speakers, but it's not as overwhelming as some of the other ones out there. And it's really just a great opportunity to go and learn more about what's happening out there in the industry and kind of talk and partner with our vendor partners as well.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank
and sharing the best practices. And congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
We are looking forward to what the future holds with you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks to all the viewers for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Schein Chats.